Okay. It's me. Let's see if this works. Maybe maybe the internet's not that quick. Hello, hello, hello. Is this working? Someone let me know if it's actually working. Okay, so the video's choppy, but you can hear me okay. I wonder what's going on. Maybe I don't have enough bandwidth here. We've got supposed to have some good broadband here, but I don't know. It's broadband in Australia is yeah. I mean, we are almost a third, well, worse off than a third world country as far as I understand from some of the stats. Yeah, so there was a bit of a problem the other week. Yeah, so that was sort of a test of the system, and then that failed. But surprisingly, like, you know, there was 10 or something seconds, 10, 12 seconds of snow on the screen, and that's had like close to 1,000 views or something like that, I think. Okay, so it sounds good in the US. So it sounds okay, but video not. Okay, so I'll have to work on the video. Yeah. Well, let's just work on the sound. So yeah, I'll put my glasses on and read some of these questions. Who we got? We got Eli, Matt, Sean, Bullwhip, yeah, John. Yeah, NBN will fix the internet. Yeah, good luck with that. So we've actually, so I'm still at work, but at home we just had the NBN come through. Like, well, we're renting in a place nearby while I'm doing a renovation on our house, and yeah, it's we had the NBN guy come in, and I'm thinking, oh, do I really want to sign up for that? You know, so. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'm just looking at what these cameras doing. So so this is the first time I've done the YouTube live. So I've sort of thought, well, instead of doing the Friday afternoon chat, I'll try and do a live stream, and then, you know, maybe add a few more once I get it all sort of working properly, and yeah, see how it all works and give people a heads up. But yeah, so, you know, if we can have it as a bit of a forum, you can ask me a question, and I'll see what I can do to answer that. So yeah, but Friday afternoon, it's been a really busy week, as they all seem to be. But, you know, this lead up into Christmas, yeah, to Eli, yeah. I mean, Shane's a bit of a guru at this, but he's now, like, he used to live local, and he'd come past, and and we could, you know, he could help me out with this stuff. But now he's down at Ballarat, so yeah, but I should talk to Shane. I haven't spoken to Shane for a little while actually. Like, you know, we used to catch up a bit, and but yeah, you know, the time just rips along. So what have I got here? So YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Video output low. I'm running OBS. I wonder if I can change some of the settings there, and yeah. And so this is, oh, okay. It's giving me stats here of dropped frames is 93.6%. So I'd say that's quite significant. It's not a PC problem. The CPU is only at 10%. So I wonder why this is such an issue. I'll look up the properties. Yeah, I don't know. I have to sort of go through this video. Yeah, but anyway, if you've got any questions, like, I'll probably try and make it. I mean, what are we now? 5:30. I'll probably try and go to about 5:45, so another 15 minutes, and then yeah, I'll call it a day and go home. But okay, when am I going to chop up the Cinarello? And are there any Deng Fu bikes? I don't have a Deng Fu that I know of. The Cinarello that I've got, I don't know where that was actually where that was made, but yeah, it's. I'd love to find the time to cut that up. It's just, you know, I've got a whole bunch of projects going, and you know, it does take time to cut these bikes up, and then to film them takes even more time. So I do have some bikes which I've cut up and I've filmed, and let me just look up what those are. Here we go. So there's a Cannondale Evo. There's a BMC race machine, a Focus Izalco, and then a Cannondale 6, an older Cannondale 6. So they're the ones which I've already taken the video of. I just need to cut it up. Yeah, maybe lower the resolution. Yeah, let's just persevere with this, and I'll try and sort out the video settings later. I mean, it's not really that you need. I'm not really showing you anything. I'm just sitting at my desk at the moment, so I don't have anything to show you. So the video is probably not that important at the moment. But yeah, I'll try and get that sorted out. I wanted to set up, because I've got a little Sony RX100 Mark IV, which I shoot the videos with, and I want to set that up. Yeah, but then if I don't have the streaming bandwidth, yeah, then it's, yeah, you know, so I need to sort of look at all that. So yeah, okay. Eli's got a question, 2 actually, he says. Okay, what is hollow core internal molding? My BH Quartz has it, but I'm not too sure what it means. So hollow core internal molding is basically, it's like a semi-rigid bladder. So instead of having a thin wall plastic bag as a bladder, which is prone to wrinkling and variations in compaction, they have basically a thick wall, and it's often urethane or you know, another type of plastic, which has got some elasticity in it, and then it's a semi-rigid bladder. So you can then lay up the plies directly onto that bladder, and then place that into the mold, and then pressurize it, cure it, etc. So it does reduce fiber wrinkling and resin pooling and all that. Okay, it dropped out. Sorry about that. yeah, maybe let me just look at the video here again. Where are the settings on this thing? Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me. So Eli, did you get the explanation on the hollow core moulding that I said, or had it dropped out by that stage? Oh, this is getting frustrating with these settings. Yeah, so yeah, Eli, did you get that explanation on the hollow core moulding? Okay, cool, thanks. Okay, great. And now what other questions? So how freely should a bottom bracket spin with the chain off? I have a Shimano Ultegra bottom bracket. Okay, Fabian. Well, it depends. Like, you know, people often get mixed up. Like, you know, if you spin the crank without a chain, and all the marketing says, oh, you know, look how smooth this runs, but under load, it's a completely different story. So, your bottom bracket spins really nicely on the work stand without a chain, probably doesn't have much in the way of seals, and therefore when you use it out in the rain, all the gunk gets in it and destroys your bearings really quickly. So, you know, there's a balance between low drag and life of the part. So the thing to consider is, you know, there's static friction and there's dynamic friction, and you know, and then there's the loaded, you know, the bearing under load. So a bearing may run really nicely without any load, and that's, you know, you look at a real cheap bearing like in a fidget spinner, and they spin really freely, but they don't have any load on it. When you load that bearing up, you know, when you're putting you know, when you're putting some watts down through the crank, you know, and some force, you can yeah, I mean, you can see, well, I mean, 100 Newton meters of torque through the crank, you know, is quite doable by, you know, by a lot of people. So yeah, you know, so the forces, you know, can really come into play. So it's not about it's not about how freely it spins just in the work stand. You know, there's a lot more to it. So I've actually got a jig which I can measure bearing drag. Oh, it's gone offline again. Let me try something here. Let me try something. It's quite annoying that the video's dropping out. Oh, Shane, I need some tech help, mate. My video keeps dropping out. I don't know if you can hear me. And hey, Christopher. Yeah, well, that's from Fabian's question there. Certainly having grease in the bottom bracket when it's new, that'll change the drag, because you basically need to push that grease. That grease has a shear resistance as well. So yeah, you need to basically push that grease out of the way. So yeah, that's certainly one of the things you know, that would contribute to it. And then as the grease is sort of settled into a position and it breaks down. I'm gonna deactivate this. Okay, I've deactivated the video in the let's see that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll move to Ballarat and get NBN. Well, we're supposed to be getting NBN in here. I mean, it takes a bit longer in the in the city. It's a bit ridiculous, really. But yeah, we actually at work we had the guys from NBN come up and go through the site and measure it all up, and yeah, but still haven't heard anything. So yeah, there was some comments on the little test that I did last week that yeah, oh, you know, is that the NBN problems and stuff like that? But yeah, you flick it onto 4G if you're on the phone. Well, this is through the laptop at work on Wi-Fi, and I thought we had reasonable bandwidth here. Yeah, obviously I don't have enough bandwidth on this system at the moment. So yeah, I'll need to look at that. When you're in town next, Shane, when can you swing past and give me a hand with some of this stuff? Be good to see you again too. But we've had a bit of a bit of a short week, you know, with Cup Day and all that sort of stuff, and so yeah, only got the one the technical video out this week, but yeah, you know, I was hoping that when they hook up NBN, yeah, it's coming. They keep telling me it's coming, you know. So yeah, I think the NBN guy said, oh, it can happen any time between, you know, in the next 6 months or something like that, I think. So hopefully I'll see you before then, Shane. But no, we had the video during the week, which I uploaded, and yeah, we've got some more stuff in the pipeline. So as I said, I've got those cut up bikes, which I need to edit, but I'm actually sort of trying to just do the streamline stuff where I can just shoot the video one take, you know, almost like a live stream, but without crappy video like this, or non-existent video. Yeah, so just trying to you know, one shot, one take, and maximise my time efficiency. So the yeah, what's this thing doing now? Anyway. Well, I might yeah, I'll give it a few more minutes. So if you've got any quick questions, yeah, throw them up, and oh, there we go, it's offline again. Okay, no, offline. Okay, so we're still going live? Yeah, okay, it says we're live. I'm going to have to do something about this bandwidth. Fabian's got a Colnago V1R limited edition. Do I rate these frames? Trying to remember which one that is. I'll have to look it up. I mean, we've had so many. We had basically every single Colnago under the sun come through here at some point. Yeah, I have to refresh my memory. It's you know, it's Friday afternoon. It's been a long week. Yeah, sorry, I'll have to get back to you on that one. So hopefully, you know, we can get this stuff sorted out. and this live stream and actually get it working well. So yeah. Eli's got head tube creaks. Okay. Yeah, there's lots of reasons for that. Could you've checked the bar and stem interface? It could be the way the bearing's sitting in the frame. So in the old days, you know, of steel frames, and you know, people actually used to ream the headset interface and get all that really nicely square and true and concentric, and nowadays they just sort of slap a bearing in and say it's okay. So it could be that, but you know, these things can be hard to isolate. So yeah, so I'd say it probably is the bearing seat. Like, you could throw a bit of lube in there, so something like a Bow Shield T9 works well for something like that, and you could put a drop of that in, and that'll wick in there and produce a coating of paraffin, and that might keep it a bit quiet. So yeah, maybe try that. Can you show us some stuff you've made and walk us through how you did it? Yeah, there's a lot in that, but I've been asked a lot to do sort of a little show through of some of my bikes, so I will do that. Yeah, next time I go out riding, well, probably not next time I go out riding, but when I go out riding and I've got a bit of time afterwards, I'll just do a walk around over the bike or something like that, and run through a couple of things. But you know, basically, a lot of the bikes I've made for myself are a tube-to-tube construction. So I make the tubes separately, bond them together in a jig, and then wrap more carbon around it. And they're mandrel wrap tubes, so all the fibres are placed under tension, etc. So you don't get wrinkles and voids and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so show us your bikes. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we'll do that. Interesting question here on production carbon frames, realistic weight limits. And that's a great question, because there are so many variables in the construction. So you can have a frame that's really light and really well made and be fantastic, or you can have a bike that's a frame that's heavier but poorly made and be absolute rubbish, you know. So I've got a bike in at the moment, a frame which it's a fairly small frame, and it's but it's 672 grams for the frame. I think it's like a 50 or a 52. It's a fairly small frame. However, it's made really well. It's probably the best production frame I've seen, to be honest. It's yeah, and I mean, it came in damaged, you know, from a roof rack incident, but even the way it failed is a good way it failed. So overall, I've been very impressed with that. I'll probably do a little video on that at some point soon. So I won't let the cat out of the bag what it is just yet, but yeah, it was I was impressed, and it takes a lot. It takes a fair bit to get me impressed on the bike stuff. You know, typically I'm just finding voids and wrinkles and all that sort of stuff, and you know, when you see something that's actually put together really well, it's yeah, it's great to see, actually. I mean, I really like to see it. So no, it's not a Trekkie Monda. It's not a Trekkie Monda, but yeah, you know, because it gets a bit depressing when you see these expensive bikes and they're just, some of them are just built like rubbish, and you think, oh man, people are paying good money for this stuff, and they are just absolute garbage, and it gets depressing, gets me down. It's like, oh man, not another crappy $10,000 frame. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah. Anyway, it's a tough life, I suppose. But yeah, Well, look, I might wind that up there, and I'll try and resolve some of these technical issues, whether it's bandwidth this end or if it's some settings I've got. Yeah, but I think, and you know, let me know what you think in the comments. You know, I like the interactive aspect to it. You know, so you know, if we can grow that and you know, ask me questions, and then yeah, we can answer it like that. So yeah, I like that aspect to it. So it's it means I don't have to think about any content. You know, pre-think about any content and stuff to talk about. You guys can do that for me and just ask me questions, and I just like talking about stuff. So yeah, you know, if I can answer your questions, that's fantastic. So yeah, it's yeah, as you probably guessed by now, I can talk about this stuff all day, but you know, I don't have all day. Got plenty of other things I need to do as well. But anyway, let's wind it up there, and I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to get out riding tomorrow, and then I'm going to do some work on our house renovation. I got a message from our builder on site today, and he found a nice big brown snake under the house, and that's I was going to go under the house and remove some stuff tomorrow. So hopefully the snake's gone. So yeah, thanks Shane, and yeah, I'll give you a call. I know you've been travelling and you've been doing some stuff, and but I'll give you a call. Catch up next week sometime, and we can have a bit of a chat. So all right, let's wind it up there, and I'll try and get some videos out, and yeah, next week I'll try and get 2 technical videos out next week, and another live one. So I'll aim for that. So yeah, thanks for the weekend wishes. Enjoy your ride if you're getting out there. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, all the best. Bye. Now, how do I turn this off? Yeah, you can get it going, and then there we go. Let's try that. What's it doing now? So hit that button. So it cuts in and out by itself, but I can't turn it off now when I want to turn it off. Oh, it cracks me up. It cracks me up.